Good morning, West Coast. Good afternoon, East Coast, and welcome back to the 21-minute work meetup. My name is Jocelyn Treneman, and we are so excited for the second episode of this fast-paced series, all designed around getting to know the new Century 21 offices across the country. Today, we have Karen Liu from Century 21 Argos Realty in Calgary, Alberta. In this quick 21 minutes, you'll learn from Karen about Karen's career journey and why she chose Century 21, and even get some ideas to help grow your own brokerage. Now, before I pass it off to our host, Chiyoko Kakino, if you have any questions for Karen, pop them into the chat because we will be saving time at the end for them. All right, Chiyoko, I'm going to pass it over to you. Your 21 minutes starts now.
All right. Thank you so much, Jocelyn. And just to let you know, I will start my stopwatch here. So I am so excited to spend the next 21 minutes with you, Karen. So welcome to your 21-minute meetup. We want, all of the industry and our C21 family members to get to know you better. So we've got 21 minutes, so we might as well get started. So why don't we start off by you telling us a little bit about your background, because I know you have an interesting background, and your journey into real estate. Karen, you might be muted.
All right, there we go.
There you are.
Is that good? Okay. That's the thing with real estate is everyone comes from such an interesting background, and it can be such a vast, different things. I started my career in technology. So system analyst, I was a Microsoft certified system engineer when I started many moons ago. And had a great time doing looking at latest and greatest software technologies at an enterprise level. Worked for Calgary Exhibition Stampede was my last post in that era. That was when that I really had a first-hand looked at how technologies can really add value and increase efficiency in any operations, really. So I did that for about 10 years. And then I was a stay-at-home mom for another 10 years. That was the priority at that time. And we have 3 wonderful boys. So at the time of that 10-year period, it was, I had an opportunity to really think about what I wanted to do. It was really one of those, the world is your oyster kind of moment. What do you want to do? You can do really get into any areas. So I at that time, I actually started a trades company, a flooring and tiling company.
Oh, wow.
So it was, it was an amazing experience. I recommend it to everyone to kind of work in trades at some point to kind of get to know it. It's really is an eye-opening experience. And then it was about 2 years in, that's when I met the first owner of the first real property management company in Calgary. So he had the operation, he had the franchise, but he didn't have an operator. So I came in as an operator, and we started with 0 doors at that point. And 2 years later, we were a 50 plus. So Dave was the owner, and he was just an amazing person to work with. He was one of those angel investors, you could say. And 2 years in, that's when we decided to bring it to the next level and started our own brokerage. So it was and now we're 5 years in, and we're embarking onto another adventure.
Absolutely. It's such an interesting path your career has taken, to go from technology. So you must love Century 21 because, of course, we provide so much technology. That must get you excited.
I do.
Yeah. And then to Stampede, which I've always wanted to go to Stampede. And then, of course, you're, a stay-at-home mom. And then you get, the background and some experience in trades. And then you get into property management and, now kind of taking on your new adventure when it comes to building your real estate portfolio. portfolio. So, welcome to the C21 family. Of course, you and I have been talking for months now and really getting to know each other. So I'm super excited that you are part of our family now. I know that for those people that might be watching or tuning in, Real Property Management is a sister company of Century 21 Canada. So Century 21 Canada is owned by a parent company called the Charlwood Pacific Group. The Charlwood Pacific Group owns Century 21 Canada, Real Property Management, Centum Financial, and also Uniglobe Travel International. So, the three kind of areas of the real estate portfolio, Real Property Management, Centum, and Century 21 really are nice complements. So I know that you originally want to expand your real estate business, Karen. So you did get referred to us by our sister company, Real Property Management. But what made you decide that you want to partner specifically with the Century 21 brand?
Well, early in the year, our team got together and we said that 2022 was going to be a growth year for us in so many different ways. Growth in our clients' portfolio. We wanted to find ways to grow their investments. We wanted to find ways to grow our team. We wanted to provide resources, additional trainings, and just help them find a balance in their lifestyle. So growing opportunities. And then we looked at, how we looked at different areas, how we can complement and stay with our mission statement, which is to provide a turnkey solutions to help clients achieve their investing goals through real estate. So we found that Century 21 would allow us to do that. It aligns with our mission. It complements our operations, and it allows us to provide an end-to-end solutions to our clients. So it went well together. And as I got to know Century 21 more and more, I discovered that Century 21 really also share some of our core focuses, and that's to be transparent, to relate, and to communicate. So it was a no-brainer. It was such a nice natural match that we decided to take on that brand and go down that path.
Well, that's such a nice story. I love it that you bring in your team and you're like, okay, what do we want to do? Well, we want to grow. We want to grow as a team. We want to grow our business. We want to grow the investment of our clients. And I love that you have a mission statement that you're rallying around. So again, we're so excited to see where you take the real estate part of your business and how you grow it moving forward. So now that you came on board as of June 1st, right? So how does it feel owning a Century 21 brokerage now?
I'm feeling pretty proud and privileged to be a part of the Century 21 family. Our clients are also super excited to be a part of this well-established and a real legendary brand. So it feels pretty good.
Well, that's great. That's great. I'm so happy that you're happy, of course. So talk to me, you've been through the onboarding process probably for the last month, and I still know that you're being onboarded, but what, now you of course know much more in depth of, the resources, the tools, the training, everything that Century 21 provides you as a real estate owner to take your business to the next level. What are some of the benefits of being part of Century 21 in your opinion?
It's the vast amount of resources, the tools, the technologies, as you mentioned, but most important, it's the people that are available in supporting this onboard process. The experience has been amazing. Everyone's so supportive. They're reaching out and saying, Karen, anything you need, you just let me know, however we can help. I had such great meetings with the onboard team, with Todd, with Alistair, with Chris and Leah, and then even existing other owner brokerage, they have reached out and said, Karen, I'm here for you. If you need anything, we know we've been there, done that. We've been down this journey. Welcome to the family. Let me know if I can be of help. So it's been a great experience. And that's, I think, where the value of a strong brand is all those benefits, all those family, all that connection. That's what all comes in, brings together.
Karen, you're so Right. And, when I'm meeting I'm going to say real estate leaders in the industry, and, I'm telling them the value of the Century 21 brand. Of course, it's easy to show them technology. It's easy to talk about training, to show them campus21.tv. But what's so unique about the Century 21 brand is our culture. And it's sometimes so hard to describe, what that feels like until someone like yourself decides to partner with us and then really starts to feel the stuff that I was talking to you about, right? This culture of, caring and collaboration and support for each other. And I'm so glad that that is all coming to life with you, and that you're really enjoying it, because it is a very unique part about Century 21. And it's one of the best things about Century 21. So I'm so glad that you feel the same way.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure there'll be more to come.
Yeah. So what do you think some of your biggest opportunities are in the future? I know that you talked about, maybe providing more solutions to your clients. What do you think your biggest opportunities are as you move forward now with both the Real Property Management brand and property management and your real estate portfolio under Century 21? Argos Realty actually is your Century 21 name. What are some of the biggest opportunities that you have?
I think the best thing I think we can do, and I want to be able to take advantage of, is to bring the resources and the connection and everything that Century 21 has to offer, to be able to make it available and bring it to our clients, in so many different ways. It may be just in form of interest, education, or to help them with what they want to do, where they want to go. So that's our biggest opportunity, is to be able to have these resources available to our existing clients and new clients as well. And then also to open up opportunities for international and an international level. I mean, Calgary's got so much potentials to offer. Our real estate market has a lot of room to grow. So to bring that to an international attention, and a national level is one of our greatest opportunities I think we have here.
Well, and that's, as like buyers these days can come from anywhere. And you're right, Calgary is kind of the next, the next city, right? Like, you got Toronto, you got Vancouver, but Calgary, it's like everyone's talking about Calgary. Yeah. So very exciting things ahead for you. And I love how you are very, client focused, right? You keep, like, through this whole conversation, you keep saying, I want to do what is best for my clients. I want to be, provide them with better solutions. I want to provide them with better service. And so it's really, it really aligns with, the C21 family out there, all the realtors, the brokerage owners. They're so focused on providing extraordinary experiences for their clients. We actually call it like the gold standard. We deliver the gold standard in Canadian real estate. So it's so nice to have you on board, and for you to be so focused to growth, which we love to, and to, providing your clients and your realtors with, the best support and the best brand in the industry.
Absolutely.
What I did mention that you have Century 21 Argos Realty. So without going into the whole story, because I know you know the whole story, what does Argos mean? Give me a quick summary of, how that name came up and what it means to you.
All right, I've got a simple one-liner for you. Argos is also the name for Argus, whom is the 100-eyed giant in the myth, in the Greek mythology. It is known as the guardian, and who that is ever watching. Okay, so then, and that's what we do. We guard and we watch over your real estate investments.
Awesome.
So simple as that, straightforward.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's great. I love that. Again, going back to your clients and protecting them and guarding, their investments. Before I go to Jocelyn to see if we have any questions out there, I want to do something fun. Are you into doing something fun? You know me.
Always up for a surprise.
Always up for a surprise. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions, multiple choice. You have to pick one or the other. Okay. And this is going to help people get to know you better. So we're going to do this really fast. So what do you prefer? Pizza or tacos?
Tacos.
Black or white?
White.
Reading a book or watching TV?
Reading a book.
What about a vacation relaxing by the pool or something more adventurous?
Both. Is there a C option?
How about
Depends on the mood.
how about swimming or fishing?
Swimming.
Awesome. So Karen, before we see if there's any questions out there, how can people get a hold of you? You said, some of the neighboring Century 21s have reached out to you and welcomed you to the family. If there's referrals, people like, your philosophy on client service, there's a lot of realtors always giving referrals back and forth across the country. So how would people get a hold of you?
Numerous different ways. I am reachable and by emails, by phone. Our website is also a great resource. Is this where I should put out my phone number? Is that
well, you know what? You can always, first of all, they can always Google you, go to your Century 21 website. But I do know that Karen's email is karen.luu@century21.ca. So
that's perfect. Yeah.
Yes. So,
yeah.
And I know that you're part of the our Facebook groups that pass referrals back and forth.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to reach out now to Jocelyn to see if there's any questions out there. Jocelyn.
A whole bunch of welcomes. So people are excited to see you on here, Karen, and getting to know you better. We did have one. Well, actually, you already touched on the Argos. So I was leaning on that. So that was one of them. But the other question we had are, what are the benefits of having both the Century 21 office as well as the real property management services?
That is an excellent question. And that is, I'm glad that question was brought up. So some of our experience has been that when we are able to connect and manage the two from the start, we're able to put in certain, perhaps terms at the purchase level and or at the selling levels that will just kind of allows us to operate smoother and put in advantageous terms for the buying or the purchasing experience, so that the rental, for example, if you would buy a property, we're able to reduce downtime, so increase profitability for the client, and of course, the bottom line, right? And then we're also able to take care of the properties right from the start. So we know the property, we know what was involved in the purchasing aspect of it, and then so we can take it from there on. So those are some of the benefits that you work with the same office for the both process, the purchasing or the selling, and on the management component of it.
And Karen, just if I can add a question to that too, I've been speaking to, lots of industry leaders, and, there's a real, I'm going to say, a need for real estate companies to have a property management division these days, because what I'm hearing is, we've had a very robust market in the last couple of years. We've been blessed with that. But, if you go into a softer market, the property management business does provide that steady income. Can you talk anything to that?
It does. It kind of goes together. Because when you have a property manager in place for your investments, aside from making sure we follow all the regulations and that you're protected and you've got this and that in the Tenancy Act, we're also the watchers of the market. We're able to align your rental properties to the market value. So we're able to keep your property going, rented continuously to reduce the amount of downtime and adjust the price accordingly, which may not be available to an owner who has one or two property. We're looking at 100+ properties every day, so we're able to see the changes a lot of times before an owner would see with their one or two properties, or when reports come out, those are lagging indicators rather than forward indicators.
Yeah, so providing that extra knowledge, right? That deeper knowledge of, if someone wanted to buy a place and then rent it, you would have the in-depth knowledge, as you say, not just one or two properties, but you've got 100 properties that how the markets, what the market can bear, and that provides a better level of service to your clients. And even on the flip side, I would think that if you manage one of my properties for a couple of years and I decided, okay, I want to sell it now, then you're right there to take my listing.
Yeah, we're able to provide that transition, right? And often we're able to start that process earlier than in other cases if you had another third party come in and there may be things, there's not a existing relationship there with the tenant. So often because of that existing relationships, we're able to proceed with something like that sooner and again, catch the markets in time.
Well, Karen, thank you so much. Our 21 minutes is up. So thank you so much. Again, welcome to the C21 family. So excited to have you. I'm going to try to get out there to Calgary pretty soon to see you in person. We've had all of our relationship built through Zoom. So thank you so much for being with us today. And thank you to those of you watching. Thank you for joining us to meet our new franchise partner, Karen Liu. She, of course, again, is from Calgary, Alberta, with Century 21 Argos Realty. Century 21 is one of the largest real estate companies in the world with presence in 86 countries. In Canada, and Karen said this, in Canada, we are 11,000 plus strong, and we are looking to align ourselves with individuals that are like-minded and who share the same vision to what the future of real estate looks like, similar to Karen. So if you are like Karen out there and you're interested in growth opportunities, please feel free to reach out to me or my colleague, Gary Zalepa. You can reach us both through the century21franchise.ca website, or you can connect with me through LinkedIn and Facebook, and we can set up a chat. So again, Karen, thank you so much. And thank you to all the listeners out there today.
Thank you very much for having